Jocks Marlowe was good at two things: fixing machines no one else could fix. And staying out of interspecies politics, he liked his quiet mechanic shop on the edge of Starhold Station, a messy little place filled with half-repaired starfighters. Oil stains that never washed out, and an old plasma kettle that hissed angrily whenever someone tried to clean it. Jocks didn't mind. Machines made sense. People didn't, so when the Dragon Empire announced a cultural exchange with Starhold, Jocks ignored it completely. Diplomacy wasn't his business, but everything changed the day a messenger banged on his shop door. Jocks Marlowe. The officer shouted, "By order of the station governor, report to Docking Bay 7 immediately." Jocks wiped grease from his hands. "If this is about the harvester I dismantled 4 parts, I can explain it's not that," the officer said, pale. "This is far worse." Jocks had no way of knowing that his entire life was about to be rearranged by a joke, a political insult, and a dragon princess who never asked to be part of it. Beginning, the gift Docking Bay 7 was packed. Diplomats, soldiers, news drones, everyone buzzed with nervous excitement. A crimson Imperial shuttle sat on the pad, shaped like a curled claw. The ramp lowered with a hiss of steam. An Imperial herald read from a scroll, by decree of his radiance. "Emperor Virenth, the Eternal, we offer to the humans of Starhold Station a bride." A murmur rippled through the crowd. JAX blinked. "A bride? For which human?" a diplomat demanded. The herald smirked. "The Emperor has selected one at random," pulled out a small data chip, scanned it theatrically, then announced, "Jocks Marlowe, mechanic of Bay District." The crowd spun to stare at him. Jack sputtered. "Me. I don't even own a proper suit. I can't be married." "You don't have a choice," the station governor whispered sharply. Refusing an imperial gesture could spark war. The herald lifted a clawed hand. "Behold, Princess Syra." Every human leaned forward, bracing for a majestic, flawless draconic beauty. Instead, the figure who stepped off the ramp was different. She wasn't tall and elegant like most Dragonkin. She was small, barely chest-high to Jocks. Her scales weren't smooth gold, but patchy, matte gray. One horn curved sideways instead of up. Her wings were short and dust-covered, unable to fully fold without crinkling awkwardly. Her eyes, though they were soft, shimmering violet, full of sadness she tried desperately to hide. Jocks realized instantly the Emperor hadn't sent a princess. He'd sent a mockery, a political insult wrapped in a girl's fragile body. The crowd whispered, "She's odd. Is that really a princess? The Emperor is mocking us." Syra heard every word. Her shoulders curled inward. Her wings drooped. She was trying not to cry. The herald declared, "The Emperor gifts you his least valuable daughter." A gesture of goodwill and humor. The dragon entourage laughed. Something inside Jocks's chest twisted. He stepped forward. "I'll take her," he said loudly. The crowd gasped. Even Syra's eyes widened. Jocks lifted his chin. "A gift is a gift. She's welcome here." Syra blinked up at him, stunned. No one had ever said that to her before. He could see it, and somehow in that moment, Jocks knew he had done the only right thing. Middle the mechanic and the PRNCES's Syra moved into the small spare room behind Jocks's workshop. She carried only a single satchel and wore an expression like she expected to be ordered to sleep outside. "You can put your things there," Jocks said gently. She nodded quickly. "Yes, master." "No," Jocks said. "Not master. Just Jocks." She stared at him. "But dragon servants call their chosen humans master. It's tradition." "I don't want a servant," he said. "I want a guest." Her violet eyes shimmered again, but not from sadness this time. From disbelief days past, Syra was almost painfully polite. She cleaned everything, even the clutter Jocks insisted he needed. She apologized when she breathed too loudly. She folded her wings tight so she wouldn't bump. Anything Jocks tried to make her comfortable. "You don't have to work all the time," he told her. "I want to be useful," she whispered. "You already are." She looked away quickly. Cheeks glowing faint lavender, a dragonkin blush. But something else happened. 2. Syra loved machines. She watched Jox repair a stir engine with wide-eyed fascination. "Why do you do that?" she asked. "Do what?" "Talk to them," she said. "I don't talk to machines." "Yes, you do," she insisted softly. "You touch them gently. Ask them what hurts. You soothe their fear." Jox laughed. "Machines don't feel fear." "Everything feels," Syra murmured. "Even metal. Strange girl," he thought, but kind. Too kind for what her father did to her. One evening, the station governor himself barged into the workshop. "You must understand," he whispered urgently. "The Emperor sent her as an insult. You are under no obligation to treat her well." "Why would I treat her badly?" Jock snapped. The governor sighed. "You don't know dragon politics." She was born imperfect. In their culture, that's shameful. The Emperor sends her on humiliating missions. It entertains him. Syra stood in the doorway listening. Shaking, Jock saw her face collapse. All the progress she'd made, the faint smiles, the small joys, shattered. "Syra, I'm sorry," she whispered. "I should leave. I bring dishonor." "No," Jock said firmly. But she was already running. The hinty Syra fled to the underbelly of Starhold. Dark maintenance corridors, steam-filled passages, abandoned vents. She knew how to disappear. Years of shame had taught her that, but her disappearance caused a disaster. The Imperial envoy, still orbiting nearby, detected her absence. To the Emperor, a runaway daughter wasn't a tragedy. It was a joke growing funnier by the minute. He sent an armed retrieval team, elite dragon soldiers. Their orders were simple: find the flawed princess. Bring her home. No matter the damage, Starhold panicked. Dragon soldiers tore through the lower decks. Smashing doors, roaring threats. Jox pushed through crowds. Trying to reach her first, his calm crackled with the governor's voice. "Jox, you must stand down. They'll kill you if you interfere." "Let them try," Jox growled. He reached the maintenance tunnels. Heart-pounding, he found her at last, curled under a flickering light. Hugging her knees, her wings drooped like wilted leaves. "Syra," Jox said softly. "Come back." She shook her head violently. "I can't. I ruin everything. I embarrass you. I embarrass the station. My own father sent me to you as a joke." Jox knelt beside her. "He sent the wrong joke, because you're the only good thing he's ever dropped on this station." She looked up in shock. A thunderous metallic crash echoed from deeper in the tunnels. Dragon soldiers. "Getting closer?" Syra gasped. "They will hurt you. Let them try." He grabbed her hand, small warm, trembling, and pulled her behind him. The corridor behind them erupted in flame. Dragon. Elite troopers stepped through the smoke. Armor glowing red that their commander snarled, "Step aside, human." "The Emperor wants his defective daughter returned." Jox's jaw clenched. Syra whispered, "Please, don't fight them." But Jox stepped forward anyway. "She's not defective," he said, "and she's not going anywhere she doesn't want to." The dragon commander laughed. "You defy the Emperor." Jox held up the plasma wrench he always kept at his belt. The commander sneered. "A tool? You challenge dragons with a tool?" Jox pressed a button. The wrench ignited with blue fire. "It's not a tool," he said. "It's mine." The soldiers lunged in. The tunnels shook with roaring energy. But it wasn't the soldiers. It was Syra. Her small body ignited, every scale glowing bright violet. Her wings snapped open, not weak and crumpled, but shimmering with raw ancestral power. Jock stared in disbelief. Syra looked terrified of herself. I don't know what I'm doing." The dragon commander froze. "That energy? It cannot be. Only royal purebloods possess it." Syra trembled. "I'm not pure, you are," Jox said, voice almost a whisper. "You always were." The soldiers hesitated. Then Syra made a choice she'd never dared before. She stepped in front of Jox. "Leave," she said to the soldiers. Her voice shook the pipes overhead. For the first time, dragons obeyed her. They backed away fearfully, then fled, ending what she always WAs after the confrontation. Starhold Station erupted in chaos. Diplomatic messages, apologies from the Imperial envoy, panicked attempts to spin the event politically. But Jox didn't care about any of that. He cared only about Syra. She sat in the workshop, hands clasped, waiting for judgment. "You're not angry?" she whispered. "Syra," he said gently, "I'm trying to figure out how long I've been blind." But she blinked. "Blind?" He touched her cheek shyly, respectfully. "You're the bravest person I've ever met. And the kindest, and the only one who sees machines the way I do." She didn't breathe. "And for the record," Jox said, voice low, "you're not ugly. Not even close." Her face flushed soft lavender again. No one has ever said that to me. Then let me be the first." She looked up at him, hope flickering like a new flame. "Do you want me to stay?" she whispered. Jax smiled, real, deep, unguarded. "I want you to stay more than anything." Syra folded her wings around herself, the dragonkin gesture for acceptance, trust, and affection. The Emperor's joke had become the one thing Jox never expected. A partner. A protector. And maybe slowly something more. Syra curled closer, her forehead resting lightly against his. "Then I am home," she whispered, and Jox knew she truly was.